Welcome back to the JCPod, partner with Stare Down Sports. Stare Down greatness. We are back yet again from Pickem Thursday on a Wednesday, and boy, oh boy, is it hard to believe that college football Week 11 is here. NFL Week 10 is here. So today we're going to break down the whole NFL Week 10 slate, give you all the bets I officially have, some of the lanes I'm looking at, prop-wise, and then we will go over college football, do that. But before we do either of those, you know what we do around here, and if you're new, we're heading over to the Pickem board where, as you can see, pretty good week for your boy. Wish I flipped my Dallas pick. I kind of wanted to pick Arizona on the show, but I ended up taking Dallas, and Dallas probably still should have won that game, but they played one of the worst offensive performances they put up all season. Seattle win was huge. The Denver win was massive. Sucks that C.J. Stroud went out, but if C.J. Stroud stayed in, probably would have lost with Denver, but that was a big win there. Sucks they lost the Colts, big points of Colts and Packers, but the Packers one was kind of shocking. But I lost with everybody else, so that's all that matters. And I had some losses go my way. So the nice part is, if you look at the official rankings now, as you can see, we're officially in third. We are now, 27 out of first place, and still 4 picks better than 27 out of first place. Kind of irritating, but hey, we're going to figure it out. Just happy that, 95 and 39. That's a pretty good record. I just want to keep this record up because, as you can see from last week, we got Keith in 2 games or just 1. I think Denver was the only one. No, we got him in Chicago too. Yeah, Chicago and Denver were the 2 games where it's clutch wins there. I was okay with both these losses because I lost a little less than him. I mean, it was one of those weeks where everything worked out, and as you can see, oops, wrong way. Knocked away a little bit. We just got to keep knocking away as the season goes on, and hey, I'm happy with it. We're in the podium, that's all, so that's good to start out with, but I will say, still gunning for that first place. I'm just so irritated about the fact that 95 and 39, 4 picks better than first place and second place, and I'm in third place. Those numbers, man. I think I'm going to bitch about it every single week till we figure it out. But, starting off with this week, we got Denver, we got Vegas. I am going Denver. I just can't take Vegas. I am a little bit scared of Brock Bowers. If they can handle Brock Bowers, I don't know what's going to happen after that. Colts, Atlanta, I like for the Colts to get a bounce back win here. Atlanta, it's going to be interesting to see how they go overseas. They aren't the best of teams on the road. How's it go for overseas? By the way, I think the Colts are going to have massive bounce back. I think getting Sauce Gardner is going to be awesome. And they got him right before the bye, too. So it's awesome. They're going to probably be able to set him up for a couple plays in this game. And then they have the whole bye week to get him adjusted and everything. It's looking like the Colts might be on the up and up. This is a good chance for them to do just that. And yeah, I'm going to go with Indy over Atlanta there. I am curious to see how Atlanta bounces back after the weird week from last week. Chicago and New York, not going to lie. Chicago's been playing on the edge of some pretty... They've been on the verge of losing a couple of these games now, the last couple of weeks, the way they've been playing. So I am very tempted to take the Giants. Probably just going to stick with Chicago. We're going to put a 1 on this. Probably going to change, but there's a good chance that, yeah, that number's getting moved around because, like I said, I really kind of want to pick the Giants. I'm not going to lie. That might end, maybe even end, I understand my 1. Buffalo, Miami, we got to go Buffalo there. Miami is just... They traded Jalen Phillips. Their season's starting to go down the other way. I just can't take Miami, man. There is no way. Baltimore, Minnesota. We're going to take Baltimore for now, but this is another one where it's let's see if Minnesota can do it again. They had a really good game last week on McCarthy and everything. I want to see if they're going to be able to do it again. Cleveland, Jets. Jets trading all their players, kind of just what are the vibes of that team. So this is going to be another low one for me. I think Cleveland will probably win this game. I don't want to say. I mean, the Jets could definitely win this game. Maybe it's a rallying point the other way, where hey, now they traded guys, they're gonna try to figure something out. I just don't know. I don't know. They traded 2 of their best defenders on their team, 2 of their best young defenders at that. I just don't know how they're gonna respond fully. So I'm gonna take Cleveland, but I am a bit nervous about that game. I kind of want to take New England, but I'm gonna probably take Tampa Bay coming off the bye at home. I do think this is gonna be another very tight. This is gonna be a good game. And I wouldn't be shocked totally if New England won, but I think Tampa Bay coming off the bye and getting Bucky Irving back is going to be a massive help for them. So we are going Tampa Bay there. And don't worry, I'm probably going to... I'm going to take New York. I don't know, man. That one makes me a little bit nervous. I kind of want to take Minnesota as well, but I just don't. The way Lamar Jackson played after coming back, every game's do or die for them. I think that the Baltimore defense also looks a bit better. A bit better than they did at the beginning of the season. So that has me looking at them a little bit different. So I think I got to stay there. Cleveland Jets, a little bit nervous there. I just don't like taking all these favorites, but I'm taking another favorite in Carolina over New Orleans. Rico Dowdle is dealing with a groin issue, so that has me a bit worried. I forgot he had his groin injured last week, but I'm trying to say, Dave Canales on Rico Dowdle not practicing. We want him to be smart about it. We're counting on him this weekend. So, I mean, it's also, yet again, it's like I kind of want to be, maybe talk about, kind of want to be worried about it, also kind of not worried about it because it's when they practice. I mean, him not practicing Wednesday at this point in the season, I mean, he had 25 carries for 130 yards against a solid defense. So I'm assuming he's going to be good to go. I don't know if he has any injuries or anything, but we'll see. He did have groin issues before, but then he played, so we're going to have to see. Interesting situation there, but assuming Rico Dowdle plays, I mean, they're probably going to run all over New Orleans. Houston, Jacksonville. I was going to take Houston, but I don't know if I can take Jacksonville. But if Davis Mills starts, then I probably can't take Houston. But I think I like Houston over Jacksonville. I just can't get myself around fully Trevor Lawrence. It makes me a bit nervous. Seattle, Arizona. I mean, I just don't like going all favorites. I'm not going to lie to you right now. I mean, we're going to skip. I didn't mean to skip fully ahead. We'll get back to that. Seattle, Arizona. I do like Seattle in this game. I about called him Jacoby Brissett. I do like. He's playing a lot better, and he was announced a starter. The team seems to be rallying behind him as of right now, so they're playing decently well. I just think Seattle's been on another level. They just got Rashid Shaheed too, so it'll be interesting to see how they involve him in the offense. So I think I like Seattle to win that game. Might be a close game though. So that has me a bit curious there. Like I said, I think I have to go Seattle, even though Arizona is playing really, really good football. Rams, San Francisco. I think I lean the Rams here due to all the injuries on San Francisco's defense, and the Rams' offense is just so hot. Bit nervous about this matchup just because of the Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan record, but the Rams' offense has just been playing so good. I just don't know how. I just don't know how I can take the 49ers with all their injuries. I mean, Christian McCaffrey would be a good reason too. And past that, I mean, not finding too many reasons. Detroit, Washington. Marcus Mariota starting. Detroit's coming off a loss. I think Detroit's going to bounce back and get a win there. Chargers, Pittsburgh. I'm actually going to take Pittsburgh. The way that Pittsburgh defense, I do like this one of my dogs. The way that Pittsburgh defense, they played really good against the Colts. And the biggest reason I'm taking them. What is the one reason they destroyed the Colts? Turnovers. What's another main reason? They killed their tackles. What is the Chargers' biggest weakness? Their tackles. So I will not be shocked. I mean, the Chargers could obviously win this game. They are at home. But Aaron Rodgers has been playing pretty good. Steelers' offense has been playing okay. I don't think their defense is going to get 5 turnovers again in this game, but they're 3-point dogs. I like for them to potentially steal that on the road. That's probably going to be we're going to put a low 2 on it. And now and then Philadelphia, Green Bay. I just like Philadelphia. Green Bay just has too many problems. The fact they lost to the Panthers, I mean, they're probably going to get up and be ready for this game, but I just can't. They just come out. They're just having so many slow starts that I just can't get myself to take Green Bay there. So we're going to go Philadelphia. We're going to go 24-21 there, and then Pittsburgh. We'll do the same thing there for the tiebreakers. Who's going to score the most? We'll go Buffalo against Miami. They might run all over them. James Cook, might have to bet him over 100 plus rushing yards. And by probably, I mean that's most likely going to happen. StareDownSports.com. I'll be posting an article there with all my props and everything. That is most likely going to be one of them. Who's going to score the least? We'll go to New Orleans, just because they had a rough first week. got rid of their big play guy. They might not be able to create as many big plays. All right, let's start assigning some numbers. I do not like how many favorites I have. Not going to lie. Not a big fan of it, but I am kind of trying to chase Keith, too, and kind of trying to play the game. So, I mean, I can't gamble too much on some underdogs. And I won't lie to you, there are some teams I genuinely like and think have a chance, but then there's just some other ones it's like, for example, New England, I do think they have a chance, but it's like, just can't get myself there fully. Yeah, let's assign some points. We got a lot of big numbers to throw around this week because, as you can see by the percentages, the public is liking a lot of these teams. Or, a lot of the public are liking some of these teams. Definitely said that backwards. But, let's see, 14. I think I'm just going to go Buffalo for this one. Buffalo against Miami. I mean, after coming off a big win against the Chiefs, let's just hope they don't just drop that game completely. We'll go a 11. It is a Thursday night game, but we'll go 12. I mean, they should win that game. I'm a bit nervous. I don't know why, but Denver should win that game. We shouldn't have any issues there. You would think, but it is an NFL game, so we will see. And Denver's another team. They like to mess around a little bit, too, to start off, which don't fully understand why. Colts, we'll go 10. I do think they could beat Atlanta. We'll go Carolina at home. Man, we're about to put we'll put a 13 on the Broncos. Why not? I was about to say, we're about to put a 13 on the goddamn Panthers, man. What world are we living in? I mean, they impressed me last week the way they played against the Packers. And assuming if Rico Dowdle plays again, I think that he might rush for 200 yards again. I'm gonna for sure probably bet him for over 100 if he plays. So that's another guy. That's gonna be another fun one to do. Let's see. We'll do an 11 on them. Seattle, Arizona. Actually, we'll do Seattle at home. We'll make that a 10. We'll make that the 11. Detroit, we'll make that a 9. Now my 8. So 5 through 8 is what we got left. We'll make Philadelphia a 5. We'll make the Rams the 8. Make that a 4. We'll make Cleveland a 6. We'll make Baltimore, I guess, a 7. I don't mind that. Not going to lie to you. I am a bit nervous about some of these games just truly by the fact of how many favorites we do have, but some of these dogs, I just can't get myself to fully take them. I just want to see them win it. But, I mean, we'll see. I have 2 dogs at the end of the week that I kind of like. But, overall, I mean, you can see the spread of the games up top a little bit. I'm okay with some of the numbers. Not going to lie to you, some of these other numbers I am really nervous about. Kind of indifferent on some of these teams this week based on what they showed me. And because some good matchup, like Tampa Bay, New England. That's going to be a tough one. And I genuinely think New England can win that one. I just got to take Tampa Bay at home, right? Especially getting Bucky Irving back. Like, that's a really tough one there. Philadelphia, Green Bay, that's another tough one to pick between Philadelphia or Pittsburgh Chargers. Yeah. A little bit nervous, but I think we'll be able to figure it out. I do think Chicago might lose that game against New York. I am very nervous about that game. And Houston, I have that 4 there. I'm just going to tell you now, if Davis Mills ends up playing, we're going to throw a 2 on the Jaguars, probably move my Pittsburgh 2 to a 3, move my 3 to the 4. Like, we're going to shift all the little numbers around if T.J. Stroud ends up not playing. But we're done with that now. That's the pick'em portion. Let's kind of just go over the betting part of it now. You kind of got my breakdown, some of the stuff I'm liking in those games. Let's finish off those breakdowns officially. So, let's look at some of the odds, which ways I'm leaning, what some of the official bets will be. Raiders, 9.5-point dogs to the Broncos. 9.5 is just a lot of points. I do think Denver probably is going to win the game. 9.5 just feels like a lot of points on a Thursday night. I just don't think I can get myself to take the Raiders, so we're probably going to stay away from that. Over-under, we're going to stay away from that. Won't lie to you, I need to look through this game a little bit more, so I'm going to have my article out for Thursday Night Football, and I will have a little bit more props in there. I think I liked Bo Nix rushing over. I was looking at that. It's 20.5. I kind of like that. Might take that. RJ Harvey's receiving stats, I looked at that. It was over 11.5. Kind of want to take him in case it gets 1 or 2, but I need to look at that a little bit more. Ashton Genty over 18.5 is a for sure. So we'll do the for sure's are Bo Nix, and then Ashton Genty. We're going their rush overs. Those are 2 props that I like, but like I said, there's a lot of the other ones that I'm kind of a little bit indifferent on, get a little bit more looking at in this game. 9.5 just sucks. That's so many points. But yeah, those are 2 props I for sure love, though. Ashton Genty over 18.5 receiving yards. Excuse me. Just Ashton Genty over 18.5 receiving yards. And I like Bo Nix over 20.5 rushing yards. Kind of like RJ Harvey over 11.5 receiving yards, but I'm going to do a little bit more looking before we do that. I'm personally going to take the Colts minus 6.5. Don't know if I'm going to give it out as an official bet, so we'll see if it makes the article or not. But I do think the Colts get a good 8 to 10 point win before they head back home to the bye. I think in Sauce Gardner on defense is going to be awesome for a couple plays. He might even play more than that. He might be able to play a good amount and be able to cover some dudes in man. I just think the Colts offense is going to have a bounce back game here. I think they're going to eat their loss from Pittsburgh, and I think they're going to learn from it, be able to bounce back and do a lot more. I expect JT to get a lot more involved. Probably going to have some JT props, at least for him to score. I do think they get him a bit more involved in the game there. Texans. I am going to take Texans money line if CJ Stroud plays. So that's the only way if I do it. If Stroud doesn't play, I am not going to have anything on this game. I'm just going to stay away. Might lean Jaguars if I can get them down early and get them on a nice spread, but past that, yeah, we're going to stay away from that. Colts, Giants plus 4.5. I do like the Giants. I just think that they're going to keep this within a field goal. I don't know why. The way the Bears have been playing the last couple of weeks, it feels like they're going to get got here soon. But I could be totally wrong. Maybe that win last week is one of those ones where it just galvanizes them, and now they're going to go on a run. That's kind of where I want to see it at. So we're going to bet the Giants. If the Bears end up like just blowing them out or beating them bad, then it's kind of like okay, so that win last week is like propelling them on. But I want to see if it's either a propel them on win or if they just kind of escaped from the win last week and they kind of need a wake-up call. We'll see. The Bears have been hot lately, though, so I am a bit nervous to bet against them, but I just want to see a little bit more out of them. Ravens, Vikings plus 4.5, Ravens minus 4.5. I think that's a stay away from me there. Prop-wise, by the way, in Giants-Bears, I got no clue. I'm probably just going to stay away from the props, and same for the Texans-Jaguars. Those are games, prop-wise, I just can't. I can't figure that some of those teams out offensively, especially the Giants. I'm probably going to take Jackson Dart rushing touchdown. I lied there. That one might not be too bad. As for the Bears, I don't know. And then, like I said, Vikings, Ravens, I have no idea. Probably going to stay away. Maybe take something live. Like the Ravens win the game. Bit nervous about it. If I didn't hate teasers, I might tease the Vikings, but all over teasers this season. I took like 2 or 3 this year. All of them lost by a leg. I'm good there, so I don't think I'm going to take anything in that game prop-wise either. That might just be a stay-away fun watch for me. Browns minus 126 on the money line. I guess I'll take the Browns. Just to kind of like this is a bet to see like, hey, let's see how bad let's see if the Jets get off the mat after all the trades and everything. And then as for Quinshon Judkins, if he comes back, probably going to take some rush stuff for him. If Njoku doesn't play, I'm probably going to take some Harold Fannin stuff. When Njoku's there, Harold Fannin and Njoku eat into each other. When it's just Fannin or just Njoku, they're really, really good. So I'm probably going to look at that there. Like some Quinshon Judkins stuff. And then for the Jets, I don't know. I'm probably just going to stay away from them Jets, see how they respond this week. I don't even know who their quarterback's going to be either, so that's another question I'm curious to see. But I think that Cleveland Brown defense might give them some problems. Panthers, 5.5 point favorites over the Saints. I do think this might be a close game, but I might take the Panthers minus 5.5. That's a maybe. We will see. For sure taking some Rico Dowdle stuff if he plays. Assuming he's healthy to go, we are taking Rico Dowdle's rush over. This is going to be one of those games, if Rico Dowdle plays, probably taking his rush over, taking him for 100 plus. Might take him for 150 plus rushing yards. For sure going to take him to score. Might take him to score twice. Like, it's going to be a heavy dump on Rico Dowdle props because assuming he can play, he might run all over the Saints. Kyron Williams was able to get 114 on him and his limited carries. There's a chance that Rico Dowdle if they give him 25 carries again, I mean, he's getting 150 yards against the Saints, I think. And he's probably going to score twice again, just like he did against the Packers. So if they're able to hem him in, maybe not. But he's just been running so hot that it's like, hey, if I can get some of these good odds, I want to jump in on it while I can. Yeah, they don't have anything up. Rico Dowdle minus 150 to score twice. He has plus 440. We are jumping on that for sure. And like I said, they don't have his rush prop up, so I can't give you that. Bills minus 9.5. I kind of want to take it. We'll see if it ends up making the list. It is a lot of points in a divisional game, but they might beat the Dolphins' ass. I don't know. They've been playing really good against bad teams, but the fact it's a division game has me a bit nervous. We are going to take James Cook's rush over. At least, same thing as Rico Dowdle. We might take his rush over. Might take him to at least score once. I don't know about twice, but I am going to take some James Cook props. Might take a Josh Allen prop or two, but I don't know about the 9.5. Feels like a lot of points, even though they're probably going to win it. Buccaneers 2.5-point favorites over the Patriots. I'm just going to stay away because Drake May over. Hold on, they're not upset, so I can't look. But we might take Drake May and Baker Mayfield over 1.5 passing touchdown each, assuming the odds aren't horrible. But other than that, prop wise, rest of this game, I don't know what I'm going to take because nothing's up, obviously. So Seattle 6.5-point favorites over the Cardinals. Divisional game. Cardinals been playing pretty decent lately, so I'm going to stay away from the points there. Might add Seattle's like a money line parlay if I want to get really just nasty with some stuff, but past that, I don't know if I'm going to take anything prop game in that. Might just wait to bet the Seahawks live at a better number if they go down early. That would be cool, but past that, yeah, I got nothing. I don't think in that game so far from my first couple look-throughs. Still got one final look-through to do, which will be, I'll add all that on the article, but as of right now, that's where we're at. Rams minus 4.5 over the 49ers. I'm going to take Devontae Adams anytime touchdown because it seems like he's just getting force-fed in the red zones at this point. So I'm going to like for him to do that and score. Anybody else to score, I'm not too sure. Might take Christian McCaffrey to do something, but that's going to be a really good game. If I can get the Rams at a better number, I am going to take the Rams live probably. 4.5, I just don't like the 4 part of it. If it was 2.5, I would take it. 3, I would take it. 3.5, I respect the 49ers just enough to where it's like they might be able to pull something out, so not going to do that. Lions, 8.5-point favorites over the Commanders. Probably going to take some Gibbs stuff because I think he's going to have a bounce-back game after the kind of bad game he had last week. And then past that, I think the Lions might win that game decently big. Mariota might be able to put up a decent fight, but overall, I am not too optimistic about the Commanders. I think that Jaden Daniels' injury kind of deflated a lot of their season. Luke McCaffrey, broken collarbone, he's done for the season. Lattimore torn ACL, done for the season. There's just a lot of not good vibes in that locker room. Steelers, we're going to take them +3 because obviously we picked them to win. I do think they can potentially win. I'm going to be so mad if they lose this game. I mean, it's not going to be shocking if they do, but it's going to be one of those things just, of course. But like I said, I think the way they were able to get after the Colts, with the Chargers having no tackles, I think there's a chance that the Steelers might be able to do the same thing to them. I mean, Justin Herbert's going to have to evade pressure all night. Eventually, I think it might get to him. So I like to take the Steelers +3 there. We'll look at some props on my final look-through. And then Eagles, +2.5. We will take the Eagles +2.5. I think they might be able to at least keep this game close. Not for sure if they will win. I do think they will, but I'm not for sure on it. Yeah, I think I like the Eagles to at least keep it close. Bit nervous about the Packers responding after losing. I do think the Packers are at least going to be ready to go for this game. The Eagles are just too damn good, man. I think they might be able to pull it out. Won't be shocked if they lose, but I do like them to at least keep it close. So my official bets for the NFL Week 10 slate. I got 3 leans. Bills -9.5, Panthers -5.5, Colts -6.5. My official bets. Bo Nix is rushing over. Ashton Genty is receiving over. Bo Nix 20.5 rush over. Ashton Genty is 18.5 receiving over. Texan money line if C.J. Stroud plays. If C.J. Stroud doesn't play, we're not taking it. Giants +4.5. Cleveland Browns money line. Look at us. Look at us. Rico Dowdle, we're going to take his rush over. We're going to take him for 100+ rushing yards and 2+ touchdowns at +440. James Cook rush over. Devontae Adams anytime touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, some of his stuff, props aren't out yet, so I don't have exact numbers, but I'm probably going to take his rush over and for him to score. Steelers +3 and Eagles +2.5. I think it's time to talk a little bit of college, man. So let's over to College State. Week 10 has some okay games, not the best of games. There should be some exciting ones, though. Northern Illinois, Toledo tonight, and then Kent State, Ball State. Thursday, you got UTSA, South Florida, Georgia Southern, Appalachian State. Friday, Houston, UCF. That should be a pretty decent game. Memphis, Tulane should be a fun one. Then you got USC, Northwestern. Then Saturday, this is going to be a great one. BYU, Texas Tech. I kind of want to take BYU +10.5. But I am a bit nervous about Texas Tech just pulling away from them. I don't know. BYU's a maybe at 10.5. We're going to see if it ends up making the betting slip. It might not. It feels like very similar to what happened in Utah and Cincinnati. That could happen again. That has me a little bit nervous. West Virginia -5.5. That's another one I'm a maybe on. We will see. Colorado's been losing big lately, so West Virginia might be able to take it there. Not going to take Purdue +30. Very tempting, but we are not going to take Purdue +30. Oregon, Iowa. I'm kind of tempted to take Iowa +6.5 at home. I think I'm going to stay away from that. Virginia -6.5. Very tempting. Going to stay away from that. Notre Dame -25.5 against Navy is a maybe. Kind of disappointed from them after last week. So we'll see if that ends up making the slip. I might take it personally, but I don't know if I'm going to give it out. Bama 9.5-point favorites over LSU. That should be a fun game, maybe. I think. A game that I'm for sure interested in. Utah State -9.5 over Nevada. If they win this, if you rode with me, we took their season win total over. That's the game that will cash if they win. So we really could use that 9.5-point favorites. Please, boys. Nebraska UCLA should be a fun one for. Yeah, that might be a fun one, actually. That might end up being like a sneaky fun one. Indiana, 14.5 points over Penn State. I might take IU -14.5. They might just roll them in this game. So, I like IU -14.5. They could win that game huge. And then, let's look over some of these other games. Georgia plays Mississippi State. Don't think I'm taking anything there. SMU, Boston College. SMU probably should win that big, but Boston College played Notre Dame tough, so they might be doing something. Ole Miss playing the Citadel this late in the season is just insane. I understand every SEC kind of has a schedule like that where it's a little bit late to play a team, but it's like a team similar to that. But it's like, come on, man. Duke's 9.5-point favorites against UConn. Just going to keep an eye on that game because of college football playoff implications. TCU, Iowa State should be fun. Texas A&M, Missouri. Missouri's kind of a shell of itself, sadly. So Texas A&M -6.5 might be a. We got 4 maybes and 1 official bet so far. So I came on the show trying to make a decision. I was hoping getting on live would help me make a decision, but really hasn't done that. Auburn fired their coach, so Vandy -6.5 is another shocker, another maybe that I might take, but I need to look a little bit more into that game. Not 100% there. North Carolina 7.5-point favorites over Stanford. Kind of lean Stanford, but I'm going to stay away from that one. Air Force is pretty bad. I'm going to stay away from that one. Florida State 2.5-point dogs of Clemson. I want to take Florida State, but both those teams are stinky nasty, so we're just going to stay away. UNLV's 4.5-point favorites over Colorado State feels a bit low. I don't think I'm going to take that one, but that's. Don't be shocked if that ends up on my list. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to give it out or anything, but that might be something I take personally. I'm not. UNLV should win that game big, but yeah, I don't know. 4.5 feels a little bit weird. And then we got San Diego State, Hawaii. That should be a fun one. I might take San Diego State. Where's Maryland Rutgers? That was the game I skipped over by accident. Didn't mean to. I am going to take Maryland on the money line. We're going to try to double dip this weekend. Before they got blasted by Indiana, Maryland had 3 games in a row where they could have hit the win total over for us. We have it over 4.5. It's been sitting at 4 for 4 to 5 weeks now. They've lost at the buzzer to Washington, Nebraska, and UCLA. 3 different times. So the whole month, we could have been over in October, but they blew it all in October. Then they had to bye. So and then they got blasted by Indiana. Rutgers. So they played Rutgers, Illinois, Michigan, Michigan State. Rutgers and Michigan State are realistically, I think, the last 2 chances they have to win it, based on just how they've been playing. So another one, please, boys. So my official bets for college football, we got 1, 2, 3, 5 maybes. BYU plus 10.5 is probably not making it. I won't lie. That's probably going to be one that gets cut. West Virginia minus 5.5. Notre Dame minus 25.5. Texas A&M minus 6.5. Vandy minus 6.5 are all official bets. Are all maybes. Those are all maybes. I have 2 official plays. IU minus 14.5. Maryland money line. Past that, like I said, probably 2 or 3 of these might end up official plays. I just want to do a little bit more research before I officially give them out. So I at least wanted to make them lean because, yeah, I have another day or 2 of research I need to do, and then we'll have that article out most likely tomorrow. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for support. I really do appreciate it. Another fun one in the books. Hard to believe that the season's flying by this quickly. I mean, the snow's about to be on the ground here soon. It's about to be Thanksgiving. We're about to have playoff games. We're about to have bowl games. It's unreal. I will see everyone back in this feed on Tuesday for a reaction to the wild weekend that was. And, man, I'm excited to watch Sauce Gardner this weekend. But goddamn, it's an early morning game at 9:30. So I'll see everyone back in this feed on Tuesday.